That was said on the campaign trail from the Democrat.
Kamala Harris said this during the campaign, outside of the middle.
Jack, can you say that? Can you condemn the Young Republicans group chat where they pledged affinity for Hitler?
Hey, I don't really care about some group chat right now while you guys keep.
All right, just an absolute disaster of a panel. Just complete degeneracy and nonsense all around from these people. And you're going to see it. Harry Sisson, almost even without speaking, is just able to destroy these people and just show you the absolute madness from these two and how Harry destroys them pretty easily.
And then maybe talk about your post and whether you regret using the Nazi language.
Well, I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to start with mine and then talk about what De Niro said. So first and foremost, in that ad that Donald Trump posted, the words unified Reich were on a newspaper that appeared in the ad that was like praising Donald Trump. So if the Trump campaign is putting that in an ad, I think that deserves to be called out. Number two, I don't think anybody in this debate can name me a high-ranking elected Democrat who has called Donald Trump Hitler. I don't think anybody can. Number three, one of the only high-ranking politicians in American politics who called Donald Trump Hitler is J.D. Vance, calling him America's Hitler. Now, working backwards to what Robert De Niro said, I think what Robert De Niro said is a little distasteful. I think he certainly could have worded it better, taken out some charged language. But I just see these recent stories about Republicans, whether it be the youth leader group chat or Paul Ingrassia, who is still Donald Trump's nominee to lead the Office of Special Counsel, pledging affinity for Hitler. Peter Gunta, who is the chair of the Young Republicans Party in New York, said, "I love Hitler," in a chat. Other people were musing about refitting gas chambers so they, quote, fit the Hitler aesthetic. Paul Ingrassia, the special counsel nominee, just got caught in other leaked texts saying that he has a Nazi streak. So when these high-ranking Republicans who are working in the party right now are pledging affinity to Hitler, I think that deserves to be called out. Not that every Republican should be painted as that. I certainly don't do that. I don't agree with that. But can the conservatives on this panel condemn, number one, Donald Trump's nominee, and number two, can they condemn the Youth Republican group chat? And then number three, if they read it off as a joke, then why were they so against people joking about Charlie Kirk? I never joked about Charlie Kirk, but they pick and choose when humor can be applied in politics. And when you're pledging affinity to Hitler, that's a joke, according to many.
I said, look, from my point of view, I said,
by the way, I'd be happy to answer the question about whether or not a high-ranking Democrat has used this rhetoric. Who is Kamala Harris?
I know. I want you to answer all the questions. I want you to answer all the questions
for you. Who is Kamala Harris?
Wait. Answer all the questions I just gave you. And can you name me when Kamala Harris said that Donald Trump is Hitler? When did Kamala Harris? Great.
Was Kamala Harris last year a high-ranking Democrat when she was?
When did Kamala Harris call Donald Trump Hitler?
October of 2024. Kamala Harris said on the campaign trail, Donald Trump vowed to be a dictator on day one. His former chief of staff said he wanted generals like Hitler's. Donald Trump openly admires dictators, including Adolf Hitler. Last October, that was said on the campaign trail from the Democrat.
Kamala Harris said this during the campaign.
Guys, this is the shocking thing. She thinks that this is some kind of a gotcha, that she has laid some great trap and, oh, look, Kamala Harris came out and said all these things about her, but she neglects the fact that these are all things that Donald Trump actually did. And you can go back, rattle it off. He said he wanted generals like Hitler. He said he was going to be a dictator on day one. It's more like he's, slowly building into being a dictator throughout his whole presidency, but that's another conversation. All of these things are exactly things he did. That's why Harry is so shocked and baffled right now, because she is literally just making his point exactly for him. It's just absolutely stunning that, she has no idea what she just did.
Yeah, exactly.
It was her final campaign pitch. Is that high enough ranking for you? You guys you supported her for president.
Exactly, because there have been reports
the person that you supported for president is someone who was campaigning by calling Trump Hitler.
Jack,
you're so disingenuous when you bring this stuff up. You can't even acknowledge the fact that your own candidate was on the campaign. She's got a video about it. It's on her Facebook or it's on her Twitter page.
Let me offer one here, which is Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton literally.
Okay, and then Piers distracts the panel for a second with some bullshit. So let's skip ahead.
Harry, I would say J.D. Vance was totally wrong to say it about Trump as well. I think the young conservatives who've been exposed by this Politico expose were totally wrong too.
Can they say that?
Some grotesque stuff in there.
I have no problem saying that, Harry. But there are
sitting members
like Jasmine Crockett, who literally just weeks ago called Donald Trump a wannabe leader. I mean, it's crazy.
Jack, can you say that? Jack, can you say that? Can you condemn the Young Republicans group chat where they pledged affinity for Hitler?
Hey, I don't really care about some group chat right now while you guys keep shooting up all of my friends.
Oh, no, Jack, you can.
What a scumbag this guy is. He's such a partisan hack that he can't even do the simplest thing and condemn the most obvious, like, vile shit. Like, it just blows my mind that we have to, like, deal with and have discourse with these people, man. It's just so intellectually, like, fucking disgusting. I can't even deal with it.
We don't care.
You can
but I do think, Jack, I do think for consistency, actually, you should care. You know, JD Vance tried to downplay what the young Republicans were saying in these racist, sexist messages. One guy said that rape was
I don't
epic.
think JD Vance said anything wrong.
One said rape was epic. Another said, I love Hitler. He tried to say they're all very young, but actually some of them were nearly his age. The reality is that kids do stupid things to tell edgy, offensive jokes.
Well,
he
Piers,
said, well, fine, but they're actually, but they are still part of the conservative movement.
On top of rooftops outside of the Mill Kings rallies, shooting at Democrats.
But that's terrible too.
You're being so slimy. You're being so slimy.
Which they don't happen. So I'm sorry.
Jack,
until we deal with the people who keep shooting at my friends, then I'm not really concerned about some group chat.
You can condemn both.
Those guys.
You can condemn both.
Those guys.
Jack, you can condemn.
I think you can easily condemn all. I think you can actually.
Wait.
Well, hang on. No, you wait, Harry. If you're going to be intellectually honest, actually, it should be easy to condemn all of these things. All the invoking of the Nazis and Hitler should be condemned. It's never appropriate because Hitler and the Nazis were a gazillion times worse than anything we're seeing here. I think the messaging between these young Republicans was appalling and should be condemned. I think that JD Vance trying to defend it and calling Trump Hitler before, that should be easily condemned. All these things should be condemned. The killing of Charlie Kirk should be absolutely condemned by anyone, right? All of these things, if you're going to be intellectually honest, should be condemned. I want to just change gears now. I want to bring Scott back in.
So there actually, Piers Morgan, they're rounding it out there with a pretty nice summary of the situation. Yeah, man, fuck, man. I just hate these. I don't want to say I hate these people, but my fucking Jack Posobiec. Why do we have to have conversations with these people? They are not good for anything. They're not. They pander to the most extreme parts of society. They just feed them slop red meat all day long. They do everything in such a partisan hack way. It's just so gross. Harry Sisson barely has to open his mouth to bait these people into the most obvious traps. If you can condemn what happens to like Charlie Kirk and even point out that like what Robert De Niro said maybe was a bit distasteful and all these things, I can agree. But you had a group chat of Republicans, of high-ranking Republicans, just saying outright Nazi shit, just saying literal Nazi shit. Condemn it. Just condemn it. Like, what are they, your friends or whatever? You want to play like some long game politics, or you don't want to piss off your like Nazi adjacent, section of your fan base. Like, then you're a scumbag. You're just an absolute scumbag, and we have nothing to do with you. You should get out of public discourse, or you should be pushed to the fringes and ignored. Yet, unfortunately, Jack Posobiec has a large following and fan base, and that is the state of our media sphere right now. Let me know what you guys think about that exchange in the comments. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.